Do not attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
Oh, yeah. Are you feeling that beat, Ryan?
I am.
Are you ready to podcast? Yeah.
I'm gonna say it just like Nick Cage, how he like really emphasizes at the end.
Ready to podcast? What?
We gotta practice.
Or you want to do like, let's ride?
No, that's Russell Wilson, buddy. Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast.
What does Nicolas Cage say?
He does say that in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, he's like,
let's ride.
Yeah.
That's Russell Wilson too. They just stole it from him. Welcome in, everyone. And Peter, welcome back. And Ryan, welcome back.
Yeah.
I don't usually do the intro.
I know, it's weird. I don't know what you're doing. I was just all right. He's
just
doing
going
it.
with it.
Yeah.
I've been doing my sports show by myself this week, and I'm just taking charge.
Jeez, what's up with that? You can't call me? Am I one and done?
No, I didn't think about it. I do need to call you.
Man.
You know why, Peter? Because it's the draft right now, and I don't care.
You don't care about the draft?
Not really, because I only care about my draft and WWE draft. I guess the thing is, for me, it's the Broncos aren't in the number 1 and number 2 rounds, and so I just don't really care.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. It's sad for us. We gotta wait, but I'm excited. But that's not why we're here today, Ryan.
No, we talk movies tonight, Peter.
That is right. Even though the NFL draft is going on, I'll keep tabs on it. It's nothing that, it's fine. I'll be okay.
It's fine. You'll be fine. Holy shit, Peter. I am just looking over our notes, and holy crap, we have a lot of trailers to go through.
I know. And that's why we got to get to it right now. This is episode 315, the trailer episode.
Hey, but real quick.
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
We're going to make quick question really quick.
Yeah.
Do you like movie trailers?
Oh, I sure do.
Me too.
I seek them out.
Yeah.
And this is all from CinemaCon, right? That's why we have so many trailers.
Mother fudge, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, and is that why Seth Rogen was like, you got to watch Ninja Turtles this week? Are they showing it? Yeah, dude, he was on Instagram and he's like, we made a good film, and and then he just was like, all right, well, they got to show it. I was like, fuck, how come I'm not there?
I love your Seth Rogen. You're good.
Did you watch Mario?
The movie?
Yeah.
No,
oh man, him as Donkey Kong's so funny, dude. Just big old Donkey Kong face and him going. I'm like, Donkey Kong.
That's awesome.
Perfect pairing. So thank you for reminding me why we have so many trailers.
Yes.
There's a lot, bro.
Dude, there's so many. I got another quick question. Is there too many trailers? Do you ever like go down that rabbit hole and you just keep on watching trailer after trailer? Because like, oh, I haven't seen this one before. Like, when do you stop?
I have the perfect answer for this. Is I stop after like 3, because after 3, they start becoming weird fan-made trailers. And then I'm either duped, and I'm like, "Hey, Peter, check out this trailer," and you give me the Seth Rogen laugh, and you're like, "That's fake." I'm like, "No, it's not." And then I sit back and realize, yeah, that is fake.
Screen culture is the one that for whatever reason, it keeps on popping up the top of my list in YouTube, and I keep I'm like, what's this? And I click on it, and it's total bullshit, and it's really pissing me off. So I do not trust screen culture anymore.
Can we block them?
can you block sites on YouTube? I don't know.
I think we should.
Yeah, well, let's try. I'm boycotting them now.
You're mentally blocking them. They are toxic in your life, right, Peter?
They are toxic in my life. Yeah. So, but I had like 3. Okay, I agree with you on that because it does start getting more and more like what the fuck is this, right? Like, and you are not sure. But sometimes I have found some like gems because it starts getting into the more B movie rated category, like,
True.
and I'm that's how I found the Big Shark trailer was because I was going through and that just happened to pop up and I was like, what the hell? And I was blown away.
Still the best deal on underwear I can think about.
Absolutely, such a good deal. What is this thing? Fantastic deal, right? No, yeah. So,
love is blind. Love is amazing. Love is
fear.
fear.
Is that one?
Tommy LaSalle. Dude,
Yeah.
craziest guy with Asperger's.
Yeah. So it did look like they did do some more footage from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I got nothing here that says anything.
It's just footage. They're not playing the movie.
Yeah, I don't think it was the full movie. No,
I mean, they are done with it, right?
It comes out in August, man. August 4th.
That's like 2 weeks away,
dude. It is super close, which I'm stoked about. So, but yeah, I guess they're just giving a little taste of those movie theaters to know that maybe it's gonna draw the crowds in, right?
I don't think they need more previews for that movie. Well, I'd like to see one more, but draw the crowds in. It's a must see for anybody, anyone.
If you like Ninja Turtles, yeah.
No, just anyone.
Oh, just okay, anyone. I hope it makes $1 billion, just like Mario.
$1 billion night one.
That's
Seth
right.
Rogen's laughing his way to the bank.
Man, I don't know. I can't do it as good as you. Jeez. Oh man.
Gotta get a little gargle in your throat. I'm no perfected, but it's a
I think I kind of did it right there.
There you go.
I lost it again. It's when I'm not paying attention.
This episode is brought to you by Seth Rogen's laugh.
That's right. All right, we ready to get into them?
Into our
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
B-movies and beyond.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, that voice there is probably going to be the next director of a Star Wars movie. We're finding out.
The suspense is killing me.
I love it. I hope he listens to this episode. Is like, dude, stop spreading rumors.
Hey, that's sometimes how you get your jobs, right? You spread rumors.
If Aaron is the director of a Star Wars movie, I have to be in it somehow.
Wouldn't that would suck if he's like, no, you can't be in this. Not even like in makeup,
Not even in Mandalore armor.
Yeah.
Not even a clone trooper.
Yeah. Ryan, there is so many trailers. I don't even know where to start.
Let's start with the worst one.
Okay, what's the worst one to you?
For me, I would say it's the Fast X trailer.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch that one because
it's so bad. Peter didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, is there really anything new? Because I mean, that first one was like 5 minutes long.
I mean, you find out they're gonna blow up the Vatican, and then there's more fights and more car scenes, and then they show Jason Statham.
Even more. So they let you know there's even more car fights, and they're gonna blow up the Vatican. That's wow.
And Jason Statham's back, and he's part of family now. So it's like, okay, now every enemy that's in the Fast and Furious world ends up becoming family.
So you see more of him because, like in the first trailer, right? You just got a little tease of him.
Yeah, you see him do more Statham stuff.
Okay. Wow. Well, you know,
And then the
yeah.
continuation of that trailer is Transformers: Rise of Beasts, which looked like a Fast and Furious movie.
You're right. But the good thing about this trailer, which I think was very helpful, was that the CGI looked better compared to that first teaser that we got.
Yeah, dude, that first one was really bad.
Oh, dude, it was awful.
It was like Indiana Jones' new movie bad,
Yeah. And so
which they fixed that.
Indiana Jones or Transformers?
Both? Why
Both?
not both?
I guess, hopefully. I mean, yeah, fingers crossed they fix both because that can it was really bad in those first trailers. So that would take me out, especially when you have movies that are so like, especially Transformers, right? There's a lot of CGI. And on top of that, Indiana Jones, they're doing a lot of CGI on de-aging Harrison Ford. You
Oof.
gotta make it look good. Like, if you can't make it look good, you're getting another Tron Legacy, right? Where it was just that was
Hey,
bad.
Tron was ahead of its time, though.
It was like the first to try to attempt this. So I guess at the time they're like, man, I'm blown away by this. But at the same, to the viewer, you're like, you shouldn't have done that. It's not ready. Should have got someone a prosthetic.
I hope there's a studio right now that's just getting all of our favorite actors, digitizing them, and like showing their career from youngling to now, and they're just pre-made files for movies, so they can just be like done, And they could be like, "Oh, you want Harrison Ford, but he died like 5 years ago? Cool, here he is," and they could just put him in any movie they want.
Yeah, man, dude, there's probably gonna be some weird contracts out there in the future, like stating like how studios can use their likeness and even voice and like recreate them, right? Like right now, like I don't think that was a thing. No one really thought much of it, and studios can pretty much do whatever they want with the footage they shot already, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, we're to the stage where they can actually take that stuff and recreate it and make it something totally new.
Think about like Optimus Prime, going back to the Transformers trailer. Like, once Peter Weller passes away, they have to have just this voice for Optimus Prime for the rest of his however, did you see the news that Chris Hemsworth is going to be he's going to be voicing Prime in Transformers sequels or prequels?
What?
Chris Hemsworth, Thor, Thor?
Yeah, I know Thor.
Yeah,
Fat one?
Fat Thor is going to be Optimus Prime when he first was a youngling, I guess. A young Prime. I guess that could be breaking news. I didn't put it in the newsworthy crap.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Right. So you're talking about movies, or are you talking about
Movies. After this one, Rise of the Beast, they're gonna make prequels of the battle between Prime and Megatron before the Transformers initial movies, and then the sequels, and then this one, and then go back to prequels where Bumblebee takes place.
Oh, these are animated prequels.
Oh, are they animated?
They're animated.
Well, that's the one piece I was missing.
This article title is awesome because it says Chris Hemsworth, who plays young, presumably hot Optimus Prime in new Transformers movies. That's awesome.
We just sexualize a robot semi-truck.
Yeah.
I want a hot Optimus Prime. Oh man, that's a move in bed, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
Could you imagine? Hey, sweetie, can you give me a hot Optimus Prime? Affirmative.
Jeez. I can't even imagine. Like, what do you think he's gonna do? Like, there's a little bit of like a robotic tone to him. Like, not like to Optimus Prime, not to Chris Hemsworth. Like,
I was gonna say, ouch.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna come across, but that's interesting. building that hype for these animated prequels. So
I guess so. Peter, we can move on to other giant things with bad trailers or reveals. Godzilla vs. Kong or Godzilla X Kong title reveal.
what do you think the X stands for? Is that like Godzilla by Kong? Is that Godzilla and Kong? It's a kind of a weird title, which I understand why they did it, because wasn't it Godzilla versus Kong?
Good point. Versus them battling, and X is like maybe like Fast X. Here you go. They're initially enemies, but then they become family.
Oh, they are family now.
Yeah, they are family now. Or X could be a collaboration, in which I've talked about collaborations and how it's just one side using the other for clout. Kong could be using Godzilla, because Godzilla has been around since the 19. Wait, who's been around longer? Kong or Godzilla? It's Kong, isn't it?
Oh man, I think Godzilla.
Godzilla's been the 50s in Japan, but King Kong might have been around since the 40s. King Long. Could you imagine?
First appearance, dude, 1933, apparently.
Dude, it's Kong. Which is very surprising to me because it's King Kong. Kong,
dude, 1954 for Godzilla. That's
Kong's
nuts.
King Kong got nothing on me.
Yeah, wow. I thought it's the opposite. That's crazy.
Well, Japan made more movies of him.
Yeah, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of, and just the way. But now that I'm thinking about it, the first one was black and white, wasn't it?
Godzilla?
Kong.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Godzilla wasn't black and white. That was color. So yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
And if you think about it, King Kong was just an animated puppet, while Kong was a person in a suit. Did I say that right? Yeah. I'm sorry. It's raining. My brain's a little cloudy.
It's nice. This one was weird. Godzilla by Kong or family. Godzilla and Kong, family together, the new empire, full title. I thought this was a joke when I first saw this. I literally, because again, you know where I saw it? I saw it from Screen Culture.
Dicks.
Yeah. And so
it might still be fake.
Well, so before I did this, I typed it in again and I started looking at other places that were putting this out there to make sure this was like legit, and it is legit and it's supposed to come next year. But I mean, I don't know. You saw Godzilla versus Kong, right?
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, but did you think it like, oh man, I want to see another one of those?
Back in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, this would have been the movie to go watch. But since every movie is CGI, it's, to me, like, it's just another CGI movie. Like, big monsters like this don't hold any merit or weight when they battle, and it's all CGI. To me, at least. Like, it doesn't feel as epic. It doesn't feel as, like, big. Maybe that's what I'm missing from a lot of these. Like, I want my recommendation. I'll really get into this one because it's the Power Rangers. Now and forever.
Once and always.
Once, always, forever, and always happily ever after.
Yep.
But
full title.
Full title. But dude, my favorite thing about Power Rangers was the Megazords. And maybe it's just Japanese cinema where they put Japanese men in robotic or kaiju suits and have them battle it out in fake cities. And to me, that felt more real than CGI characters.
Real is interesting. I don't know if I'd use that word to describe that, but I think there's something to it, like the nostalgia of it. Like I would have loved in Godzilla versus Kong, like they got two guys dressed up as these characters on a model like those big ships, Navy ships, right? And they're fighting. That'd be hilarious. I would love to have seen that. But we're just not. We're past that. We're we need to find a low budget film. Even low budget films, man, they're still using CGI.
Like Big Shark.
Yeah. It's too affordable now. Which is sad. Like they're going away from the puppetry. Like you got to get like a real, like a filmmaker that grew up like our time frame, who wants that nostalgia, right? And then even then they kind of blend it with CGI, which I like that. I think that's the perfect thing. You want something that people can interact with, and then mix it with CGI so that you don't see, the guy that's operating the jaws and shit.
I like how Marvel and Star Wars do it. Like Star Wars has a good blend of puppetry, and Marvel's been doing it pretty well lately too. Like, okay, the CGI in Ant-Man was I thought that was good because you saw the difference in size and weight, and the battles were small or epic or and whatnot, and it just kept me kind of captivated. When you say
There's
big,
okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing. I finally watched Ant-Man Quantum Mania. Ant-Man and the Wasp, sorry.
Quantum Physics of Mania Man.
Yes.
Full title.
Yes. Okay. I think there's a lot of CGI. The whole movie is like CGI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pretty nuts. And I thought there was some really good stuff, but MODOK was awful. And there was even points where there was a clear distinction from like the beginning to the very end. That CGI quality was drastically different. It was comical almost.
Do you think it's because they gave MODOK too much screen time? And it was like you were able to, your brain was finally able to recognize the CGI.
No, but I mean, even so, I thought the CGI at the end was a little bit better. It was like more detailed. It was still bad, and I think part of that is because he's such a weird character. But the stuff in the very beginning,
He's also not a dick.
He's not a dick. The stuff in the beginning was just like, in my opinion, it was similar to like when we first saw like the first Transformers Rise of the Beast teaser trailer, where that CGI was just so bad that like you could not believe they're putting this on screen. Yeah. Like it's like that's what it felt like to me. Luckily, I thought because of the fact that this was so funny, that revealed that I looked past it, right? And overall, I'm actually kind of shocked. Like, this is my little quick review on Ant-Man and the Wasp. Is that I really enjoyed it. For all the latest Marvel movies, this is probably like one of the top ones.
Dude, I enjoyed it too. I don't know why there was so much backlash against this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a really fun story. I mean, Paul Rudd's hilarious. Like, MODOK was hilarious. Like,
he's not a dick.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good stuff. Everyone I thought got enough screen time. Everyone had their little parts, and it didn't feel like it was, just kind of shoehorn in. Like I was like, well, to me, it makes sense.
And everybody had holes.
Everyone had holes. That was great. Yeah. So that's just how I felt. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that because I agree with you, and we're the number one source for movies, and whatever we say should go. So
it's true.
Insidious, The Red Door. Hey, Peter, I was watching this. Didn't you say Insidious is one of the scariest movies you've watched?
Scariest? I really enjoyed the very first Insidious.
Okay, that's what it was. Because I was watching this trailer and I was like, I swear Peter said this. The first one was like the scariest he watched, or someone said that at some point in my life, and I still haven't seen it.
I was very surprised because I went into that. That was like a time, before I was like watching trailers on YouTube and everything. And like, I just went to this movie, I just went to a movie and just saw this, no idea what this was. And I was blown away by it. And so that's what I've been saying about Insidious. And then, we're at, where are we at? 5 now? You
Is there
said
5?
this is 5.
I haven't seen a single one.
This might be. It could be even 6. I'm not sure. So I did like the second one too because of the continuation. Then it starts kind of getting a little like 3, and I think there's 4. It gets kind of bad and also moves away from the main characters. This one though, is going back to those main characters from the first movie. So I'm pretty excited for this. And they got what's his name? Patrick Wilson.
Hey, but believe it or not, I'm just looking this up. He's the director of this as well.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
So the
whoa.
star and I think first time directing.
Patrick Wilson, I thought he was just going to be this like side actor where he's like in movies you kind of recognize him, and it was mostly when I saw him in Watchmen. But I actually enjoy Patrick Wilson as an actor.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like he's like a main star actor. So
yeah, I agree.
Well, maybe I need to catch up on Insidious. What you're telling me is watch the first one and possibly just watch this one
and the second one,
and
and maybe this one.
1, 2, and then the Red Door. I'm down.
Yeah.
Peter, you want to lead us with the Hungry Games?
So that just barely came out today. I heard they're making a prequel to the Hunger Games. At first I was like, that sounds like a dumb idea. But I gotta say, and I think you have the other side of this, but I think if you're a fan of the Hunger Games, and I am personally, I thought the trailer actually looked pretty cool, and I'm actually excited to see it. And it seems like it's getting a little bit back to like what kind of like the first one was, where you just get to see the games and you're going to see maybe some pretty crazy violence, involving kids, for PG-13.
Not like Battle Royale.
Yeah, not like
Oh my God, is that what the Hunger Games is? Battle Royale?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll watch it, but there's no blood?
No, it's kind of funny, man. Like that first one, it's actually pretty brutal at times. But yeah, there's like no blood, but what they imply, it's pretty bad. So we'll see. I think because compared to then to now, I think you can get away with more.
Which is crazy because we're going back to the medieval times where everything was you can't do it, and now it's like we're used to it. We can get away with it. Cancel culture is not as cancelly.
Yeah, which I mean, did you see like one of the new clips for Guardians of the Galaxy where it appears that there's going to be the first fuck in a Marvel movie?
What?
Yeah,
it's not in this clip that we are about to review, is it?
No, it is not.
Could you imagine if they put that in in a clip, like new preview clip for Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's like them getting down? You're like, whoa, red band. Wait, so this is news to me. What's going on? Is it Rocket? It's Rocket, isn't it?
No, it's Star-Lord, Chris Pratt.
Star-Lord's gonna be Star-Lord fucks.
No, it's man, maybe I can find I'll find it. Dude, they've been releasing so many clips for Guardians of the Galaxy that it's I don't know if it's overkill or not. I'm a little bit worried because like, are you gonna run out of stuff and like we're gonna like kind of see all these little clips from this movie like, all throughout? I hope that's not the case because I feel like James Gunn has this, and I've been hearing a lot of positive stuff about this third movie and how it's the best one and the great conclusion. So I'm super excited about that.
James Gunn is a master at storytelling. Marvel really fucked up by letting that guy go.
Yeah.
I don't know if they let him go. More so, Warner Brothers realized it and they're like, oh wait, we made a bunch of movie off Peacemaker. Money off Peacemaker. Let's just have him be creative of everything.
Yeah. All right. So here's the clip.
I can see your porno links up top.
Stay here with Rocket. Watch him. That's who they're coming for. I want to come. No. Mantis, watch tracks. Groot, you know what to do with these. Push down on it.
What?
Push it down.
I am pushing down on it.
Push the button. It looks like you're pushing the keyhole.
The what?
There's a button under the handle. Press that in.
Okay. Now what?
Open the door.
Oh,
Oh, that's what you meant by the first fucking
Very
Marvel.
unclear.
yes. What did you think? Like literally fucking?
I thought you were just like, we're gonna see Rocket and this little weasel get down or something, dude. My bad.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, but that's the clip. I thought again, it's all looking really good, right? But there's been a lot of clips, and I hope they're not blowing their load.
I hope we hear
really.
him say fuck in the movie.
I know, dude. The fact that they put it out there, like, there's a part of me that thinks, like, all right, they're releasing that now because there's a potential that it got cut, right?
Yeah.
Like we've seen that before with, like Star Wars, right? They release all this content and then it's cut out. So,
Well, going into Guardians of the Galaxy, the clip that was shared was Rocket Raccoon laying on the floor with his buddies. Tells a little backstory about them. Who's his friends? Leela and
yeah.
and Teef. I like Teef.
Teef. Is it Leela or Lila?
It might be Lila. I don't know. How much of an Eric Clapton fan is James Gunn?
Probably a lot.
There you go. And then the little bunny, dude, the little bunny made me kind of tear up a little bit. I didn't like to see his mouth covered and the only thing it knows it's on the floor. It was a very sad scene.
Am I the only one that didn't tear up with this?
Well, I mean, I didn't. I'm an adult and I realize that they're CGI characters, but that's animal abuse. Like they have to put a disclaimer on there that's saying these are CGI characters and they're not animals because PETA might be mad.
Yeah.
But it's part of the story.
It is.
Rocket is part biometric raccoon.
Yeah, I'm excited to kind of see his side of the story, and I wonder if this is also going to go into, again, how he met Groot. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Vin Diesel could have two of the top producing movies this year.
He's not in Mario.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Fast X.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dude, how come he wasn't in Dungeons and Dragons? He would have been perfect in that. Like he is a big D&D fan. And Letty's in it. Michelle Rodriguez is in it.
That is true.
Missed opportunity. Good job, Vin Diesel. Before we get into the big one, I do like this that there is an Equalizer 3. Not the shitty Queen Latifah TV show that's on every Sunday after football when you're dead tired watching football. And she's wearing the same outfit in every episode. It's weird. But the Denzel Washington one, because the first Equalizer is one of my favorite movies. It's dark, it's gritty, and Denzel's a fucking ass kicker. I was gonna say ass kisser. He's an ass kicker. And then the second one's just as good. Not better than the first one, but I'm glad that if they tied the series up and continue to show old man Denzel as badass, I'm here for this one, dude. Like the amount of badassery in the Equalizer is pretty close to John Wick for me. So I'm stoked for this one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good, and I like Denzel. How would you feel, like, since this is supposed to be like the final chapter, right? What if they tie this into the series somehow?
I was just thinking that. What if Queen Latifah comes out wearing the same outfit from episode 224 of season 1 of the CBS series, and you're like, damn
right.
it.
They team
God.
up at the end to stop the big bad.
Yeah. It'd be so bad.
Oh, man.
I hope they don't do it. Just make them completely different.
Yeah, I think they will. But yeah, if anyone has not seen the first Equalizer, like the ending of that movie is just spectacular, and you need to see that. So,
It's right up there with John Wick endings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know, almost. I was blown away by that ending. So, what else do we got here?
What's remaining?
Yes.
The trailer our friend Nikki sent us, except for she sent us the European version of the first trailer. So I watched that entire fucking trailer and I was like, I've seen this. What is different about this? And then I went back and I was like, oh, wait, she sent us the wrong trailer. The
Yeah.
Flash official trailer 2. I like to call this trailer The Flash. Here's Michael Keaton, Batman.
Okay. I this is again going back to kind of like the same thing Guardians of the Galaxy is doing. Both these movies are doing the exact same thing where like it's too much, guys. Like slow down. It's the movie already looks great, right? You already sold us.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you have to keep on releasing so many clips. Like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong because I mean we all saw earlier and this year with certain movies where they quickly decline, right? They bust their nut opening, premiere weekend, and then that's it. It drops like over like 50%, right? The next time, like so. Maybe they need to do this. I don't know, or maybe it's weird to me. They just keep on they just kind of re-edit the trailers and maybe give you a little bit more. But I'm already in. I'm in on The Flash. I'm in on Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm in on Batman, dude. I mean,
exactly.
Like they could have just showed us that Michael Keaton's in it, but they don't need to show me more scenes or different bat suits or anything. That stuff you leave for the movie.
Yeah, I will say though, when he says, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." Like that part did make me smile. I was like, okay, I'm glad I watched this trailer.
But think about how much better that would have been seeing that in the movie theater.
100% better.
And you know what's very funny? I was watching 1989 Batman last night, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I've seen this movie a bajillion times, and that sequence where Vicky Vale, like Batman, tells what's going on with the Joker, and she unveils it, and then it goes all the way to him like in the Batwing. Dude, that must have been blocked from my memory. But that's the most pivotal scene when he's in her house and he's like, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." I completely forgot about it. So I got to watch Batman again before I watch The Flash.
Makes sense.
Because yeah, I it must be like me as a kid where I just focus on the main things that I appreciated as a kid, and now I'm an adult, and I'm like, I don't remember any of that stuff, dude.
Yeah, well, he's out of the bat suit. It's just like, it's not as cool, right?
That might be it. He's not in the bat suit, and then, dude, his old bat suit looks pretty damn cheesy. So I'm excited to see his new bat suit in the Flash trailer or a movie.
You think it looked cheesy, dude? I thought it's one of the best bat suits in my opinion.
When it's dark, but when he's in the light, there's layers of rubber caked around his eyes, and it just looks kind of goofy.
No, I don't think it's just makeup. Like all of them have that. The best ones are, I think, there's one of the Batmans, I can't remember, where how they put on the cowl and then like it is all makeup around their eyes. But there's a time where like they're doing a close up while he's taking it off, and there's a clear cut where it just disappears and he takes it off.
I think that's Batman Returns.
It might be.
Yeah, he takes it off in front of Catwoman, and it's like there's no eye makeup around him. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Well, because you can even see though when like it goes to, like back to him, like it's just all gone, and it looks different because when he pulls off the mask, right?
That's time where you can re-edit a movie and CGI that. I mean,
yeah, you could add that black. Yeah,
you can do that. Well, okay, enough trailers. We're done with them. Give us the movies. We're ready for them, especially Guardians and hey, The Flash. No more, please. Transformers, I could see a little bit more. And Equalizer, I'm going to see it anyway. So
holy shit, Guardians of the Galaxy that opens up next week, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Or when you're listening this week.
Yeah, that's probably why we're seeing such an influx of clips.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're hyping this up. So, all right, 40 minutes in, we got through all the trailers.
That's a new record for us.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. News by us.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm
All right.
not impressed by most of this news.
Hey, it's quick. Okay, Mission Impossible moved up their release date.
Super.
Why I put that is because I'm never hyped up for a Mission Impossible movie, but I always enjoy them.
There was a new trailer for this too, and I didn't put it on there because I don't care.
That's next week's episode.
All right.
It is
remember.
coming out July. Oh, here's the big move. Wednesday, July 12th instead of July 14th.
Oh,
Big move, guys. Big move.
wait. So is that like on a Wednesday then?
That's a Wednesday. Have you noticed some movies have been moved to Wednesdays?
I have noticed that, and I don't understand it.
I don't know if it's more time for them to gain steam or get a jump start over the weekend. I don't know, but I've seen two or see, and it's kind of screwed me up because I thought Evil Dead was a week before it actually came out. So I was like, "Hey, everybody, let's go see Evil Dead," and I was like, "Oh wait, psych, never mind, it's not out yet."
Yeah, I think I felt the same way. It might have been because of you, but also I feel like there was something out there that made it seem like it was already out. And I don't, maybe there was like some type of sneak preview somewhere, and that's why it felt that way. I'm not sure, but it's out now. Go see it.
As of this recording, on April 27th, 9:06 p.m., just got an update from YouTube that B Movies Beyond Episode 314 Super Mario Brothers and Shazam is now on there. So thanks, YouTube.
On there.
Yeah. That's just
I released that on yesterday. So
YouTube, you're a day late. What the shit?
Yeah.
Scream 6 directors are weighing in on a Universal Monster movie and Escape from New York reboot. My question here is, I went through this, but it didn't really tell me too much. My question is, are they still doing that Dark Monster universe?
No, I think they dropped that, and that's why you have all these like kind of standalone ones, like the Invisible Man. What was the latest one? Wasn't there a new one that just kind of came out?
Renfield?
Nah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's Universal?
That would work, huh? Because it is Dracula.
Yeah, I feel like there's something else too that I'm forgetting, but yeah, they're just kind of like they're letting them, and so instead of all being connected, they just get to do whatever they want, which I think is probably the better option here.
Not everything needs to be a universe.
Exactly. Just like, give us some of these cool monsters in a new version and do whatever you want with it and be creative. And that's what they're letting them do. And I think it's working out. So
I like how you're being creative with your cat's butthole on the screen.
I try to keep her like out of it, but it's not working.
She's like, hey, what's your cat's name? Luna?
This one's Nova.
Nova. Listen to our Spotify episode, Cat Buttholes.
Mm-hmm.
It's an episode for you.
That first favorite one. So wait, what do you know about this Universal Monster movie? Is this a mashup of all of them?
I just know that the Scream directors are tied to it at this point. But like I said, it doesn't really... Universal is doing their thing, and they're giving it to different filmmakers. So we'll take this and run with it. So it's not... I think they're just trying to like bring it back up again. That's why my question is, are they continuing with this dark universe? And it just doesn't seem like it. Here we go. Back in 2017, Universal Pictures aimed to revive their classic roster of Universal monsters with a dark universe, which was poised to be a cinematic franchise similar to Marvel Universe. Blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Like, it just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It was a hit. And it seems like they're just kind of moving on.
Yeah, which is good. And I mean, I guess this is just a little bit that these two projects are still in the work, and looks like the Universal Monster movie will hopefully will go into production soon or be shot.
What they need to do is
So,
just make a Universal Monsters fighting game like Mortal Kombat and just let them all battle it out.
that'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
I do like that.
Speaking about fun, Dodgeball 2 is officially happening with Vince Vaughn returning.
I thought we knew that already.
It's announced again.
All right.
And
More
then
official.
it has become more official. And then last but not least, I didn't know David Filoni was making a Star Wars standalone movie, let alone that he's going to mash up cast from across the galaxy. So does this mean he's going to bring in Ahsoka, Mando, or Din Djarin, or Din Grogu, which is a weird transition?
Yeah. What I got from this, I think this is gonna be a Disney Plus like exclusive, and I think it's gonna tie together some of these series. That's what it felt like to me when I was reading about it. I mean, we'll see how that goes, but I mean that's still quite a bit. Like, I think there's gonna be some, like I think the series are gonna lead up to this, and then there's just gonna be this motion picture that finishes it off.
Says
Bring some
Filoni's
crazy-
movie is going to be one of 3 theatrical Star Wars features announced at Star Wars Celebration.
Wow. Okay, maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know.
And yeah, it looks like they're going to bring back the sequel trilogy, Daisy Ridley as Rey, not as a lead character. And yeah, so yeah, Ahsoka's tied to it. Mandalorian. Cool.
So that's what I'm saying. But do you think this is gonna be theatrical?
It says theatrical.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, in this article, it says Filoni's movie is one of 3 theatrical Star Wars features announced at Star Wars Celebration 2023 in London.
Well, I mean, we've had announcements like this before. We'll see if it happens.
Yeah, like Patty Jenkins is getting Rogue One.
Yeah,
Nah, Aaron Tanguma's doing Rogue One.
that's right.
And I get to be an X-Wing pilot.
Yeah.
And go in there and say, let's ride.
Did there was some new news on Craven.
Oh,
that
they announced their
new-
suits, right?
The suits?
Or wasn't there some...
I think there was actual footage from it at Cinecon.
How do we get to Cinecon?
I think you gotta own a movie theater.
Why don't we have a movie theater?
It's one of my dreams, to be honest. So
Peter,
let's work on that.
Let's go buy the Elvis and call it B Movies Beyond.
Ooh, I like it.
That's a business venture because you can just, dude.
I think you can do a lot of stuff, man. We can podcast there.
We can podcast there.
We gotta have booze there. I
Booze?
mean, dude, we can do it up. But yeah, like what I know
Store?
now. Yes, we have Toy Store. In Craven, the Rhino is apparently in there.
Yeah.
Which I'm not too sure, but it almost seems like he's gonna transform, like he's like a mutant. Like he
Did
changes.
they have the rights to that?
Like, well, they might have to change the wording, but somehow change into a rhino.
Balls in your court, Sony.
Yeah, that's what I got. I don't know, but that's again, it's kind of fun, seeing some more Spider-Man characters, reimagined and put on the big screen. So we'll see how it goes. But Chameleon's in it, which apparently I guess that's Craven's brother. I mean,
What?
It's probably gonna be shit.
Yeah. Just right there is telling me it's gonna be shit. Like, why would I watch that?
Yeah, I know.
That just sounds like Morbius.
It's exactly like Morbius, but dude, even then, like those train wrecks are kind of fun to watch, right?
They gotta make them into like a Spider-Man villain Power Ranger ensemble, so they can say it's Morbin time.
Nice.
Hey, there's a rumor going around. I just want to get your thoughts on this one. But Fantastic Four is eyeing Antonio Banderas for the film's massive villain, Galactus.
Sure. For Galactus?
Galactus, dude.
Well, that's interesting, but okay.
Rumors have surfaced suggesting Antonio Banderas is in talks with Marvel Studios to play cosmic villain Galactus in MCU's Fantastic Four film.
Okay,
Puss in Boots is going to be Galactus.
which I just watched the latest one. It's pretty good.
The more you know.
Yeah, I who cares? I don't think it matters because think about this. Galactus is such a gigantic person, and like he even barely talks unless they do something weird where like they like scale him down for some purpose so that he can interact with some of the other characters, right? And then at that point, all right, then this is like a different type of version. He could be anyone that you want, so it doesn't really matter. So who cares? I'm fine with it.
I think it's interesting. It's a good way for Disney and Marvel to cast, say, a Hispanic actor who Banderas has a very prominent accent. You know, he's a great actor all around, but he has his very well known Antonio Banderas Zorro accent, and
Yeah,
to give that to Galactus, you know,
like that's why that's odd to me. That's why I feel like there's gonna be like two different versions of him, right? Like the actual Galactus is a giant celestial person, and that's going to be weird if he has his accent, right? But again, if they do something where they kind of morph him so he's down to like a more manageable size so that he can interact with people, you know, to like, but this is just like a projection, like it makes sense to me. Like he could be whatever he wants.
like Jonathan Majors.
Exactly. Yes.
Jonathan Majors can be a woman abuser.
He can be anyone that he wants.
He can be anyone. He could beat anyone he wants. Oh, all right. We got to move on. Sorry.
Well, you know, real fast. This is also breaking today too. Is the fact that Jerry Springer, man, died, passed away.
I don't know what I'm gonna watch during daytime TV.
Dude, it brought me back. You know, just like Jerry Springer was huge back when we were growing up, man.
He was a professional wrestler.
What?
Yeah, he was in WWE, dude.
I had no idea.
I mean, who isn't? Donald Trump was in there too. But Jerry Springer was huge. He was a mayor of Cincinnati. And dude, for most people, that's like the top. Not Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer was a TV show host who pushed the boundaries, created a whole nother world of trash TV, and spread that across daytime television, moved on, and then like he became a judge. He was a TV judge.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that series.
Rest in peace. Good man. Knew how to manipulate the media, work out in his favor, and just be a great face. He was never a bad guy. He exploited the trash, and he was good at it. And
he knew what sells.
He knew what sold. Yeah. And he was a smart man, and he'll be missed. He was 79 years old, and I hope I could find the syndication of Jerry Springer, because dude, that was the best TV. It was to the point where the show started and there was brawls immediately and midgets, and it was like its own backyard wrestling. Oh yeah. And you know how much I love wrestling now? Like, yes. Yeah. Midgets.
That was great.
And Peter, midgets.
Yes, midgets. Yes.
Midgets.
Oh man. That's great. Well, yeah, he will be missed. All right. Let's bring it right back up.
Holy crap.
Reviews.
You know, for as long as we did trailers and news, we're still pretty on time.
We are. We are.
I was just looking. I was like, dude, it must be midnight by now. No, it's not. It's fine.
Yeah.
Peter, what'd you watch?
You know, okay. I'm going to say two things here, because you already talked about Cocaine Bear. I just, this is like kind of like my episode. I've been wanting to address some of these things and kind of give my own opinion on it. And you enjoyed Cocaine Bear. I kind of had a different opinion on it. I mean, okay. Let's start off. I did enjoy it, but not as much as I thought I was.
Okay.
From what I was expecting from this and the trailers and the title of this film, there's that whole middle section where with the bear and the ambulance and what's her face, that sequence and how extreme that was, that's what I was expecting throughout this film.
Gotcha. I feel you.
And you do not get that. I felt the ending was very anticlimactic, and it just never. The beginning and the end kind of like there's little moments, but nothing over the top that I was expecting from a movie called Cocaine Bear. And I came out of that just kind of like, huh, I'm a little bummed. So I just want to throw that out there. I think it is still great. I'm glad it exists. But it could have been so much more. Oh man.
It could have been a wild cocaine ride, but there was a lot of slowdown in there. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
The ambulance part, dude, that was like the most Cocaine Bear of the movie.
It was fantastic. That whole and there's like moments where like they got to that kind of wackiness just randomly at the very end. Dude, they just walk by and they're like, "Oh, don't look at the dead body from the ambulance." Like that was great. That was a good callback. Like there's moments like that. Like also like on top of that, they were not like their writing style they weren't afraid to be kind of really dark with it. With like one of the main characters, one of like the gangsters, like his wife died and he's trying to handle that. Like that was a weird like character development for this guy that's in this kind of almost comical movie. Like it stood out in a weird way to me. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you have not seen Cocaine Bear, go into it with lower expectations than what I did, and don't think that this is just to be an extreme wild ride from start to finish. It's not. There's just moments where they step on the gas.
Well, Peter, if you've take what you just said for the movie Cocaine Bear and apply that to actual cocaine, and I think you'll get a lot of people off drugs.
Oh, is that what happens?
I don't know. I've never done it, but this is a PSA announcement for B Movies Beyond. Do not do cocaine because it's not as wild as you really think it is. I mean, there's just spurts of it, and then there's that come down, and you need more of it. And when there's not more of it, you're frustrated, and you're in an ambulance and on the side of the road. So yeah,
maybe that's what they're going for. And if they were, nailed it. They nailed it.
My favorite thing about Cocaine Bear is the audience who it wasn't directed towards, but they saw it anyway because they saw a title called Cocaine Bear. And for example, friends' parents, your parents, I'm going to say Jeremy's parents. I hung out with them and they were both like, "Hey, guess what movie we watched?" And I was like, "What'd you watch?" And they're like, "Cocaine Bear." And I was like, "Cool."
Yeah, like cool. Thinking like, "Oh, dude, like it's extreme, like it's called Cocaine Bear." Yeah. So, like,
if they make a sequel to it, it needs to be more of the expectations of what cocaine is and the wild ride, and no come down.
Yeah, no come down. Yes. So the other movie I watched, and this is like really my real review, is Deadstream. This is on Shudder.
Wait, you have Shudder now?
Just for watching Deadstream.
Okay.
Yeah. So Deadstream's on Shudder. This is a very indie film. Literally, there's like, I don't know, 5 cast members throughout this whole film. No, actually, maybe I did too many. I think maybe it's only 4. And the whole premise is, and it's really ingenious, like how they pulled this off. But the guy is a like a YouTuber. That's what he does. His whole thing. He had a channel where he's oh man, I need to pull it up, but he's like basically afraid of things and he's facing his fears, and then he gets into some trouble with YouTube and his fans and everything, right? So this is kind of his big comeback, to do this live streaming of one night only in a haunted house because it's something that he's afraid of, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen the trailer for this.
Yeah, and he goes in there and it's just, he has all these GoPros and he sets them up in different areas, and he sets up the whole premise of how he can like switch between these cameras so that you get more than just like a found footage film, right? Even though this is totally found footage, or now that you're kind of into a new thing, it's more like a streaming event, right? Because it's pretty much, it's like supposed to show like, hey, this is all happening in like, 2 hours basically, really close together. You're almost watching it all live. And so he goes and sets up these cameras. He has his contraption where he can like has a camera facing him, right? So like he can cut through all these different ones, so it's more entertaining than just like one shaky camera the whole time. So he crushed it on this chord and how he could set this up and have all these various angles. And like I said, it's really ingenious, right? He gets to cut back and forth just to these key things and have fun things happen in that frame. So he goes in there, pisses off, the spirits. It turns out it is a really haunted house. And then these spirits kind of start interacting with him, and he has to kind of get to the bottom of what's going on and why this house is basically cursed with ghosts, right? So pretty funny. The main guy is Joseph Winter. He plays Sean Ruddy. He's also, I believe, he's one of the directors, which I believe probably Vanessa Winter is most likely his wife, and they also wrote it together. And they did a fantastic job with this. Again, I mean, now that I'm looking at the cast, I guess there's more cast than what I originally thought, but it's all like in interesting ways. Again, he's able to even like cut, like part of this is like you can even show more things and have outside interaction because it's a live stream, and like the technology behind that. Like he's like bringing in like clips that he has from that he saved to have this. He can do like FaceTime with other people, and so it's really like for keeping it so confined in a one location and in a streaming event, he really made it so that it added in so many other elements so that you never felt confused or just like, oh great, I'm watching another found footage movie where I'm just going to get nauseous from all the shaky camera, right? And on top of that, since it's a streaming thing, like you also like it has like people commenting, right? And he's actually interacting with those people too.
That's cool.
Which also brings in a lot of comedy in that in alone, in itself right there. Highly entertaining, really well done, like I already said. And it's only hour, like 90 minutes, basically, a little bit less, hour 27, dude. Perfect time for this. Well, actually, I guess it's a little bit more. No, 60, no. 80. Let me do my math. 7 minutes.
So an hour and a half, basically.
Yes, basically. I wanted to be exact, Ryan.
Full title.
Yes, full title. Yeah. Again, this is one of those movies where I'm watching it, and when I had to go and do something, like I got distracted or something, like I had to go and rewind because I didn't want to miss a thing in this movie. Like it was that good and so well executed. There was some, you can tell it's a little cheesy, right? Some like the lower budget, prosthetics and like visual effects, right? And I think when I say visual, it's more practical effects that some of them just weren't as good. But again, you overlook all of it because of it's just a well done story and movie. So
I remember this because the trailer and they had the really cool 80s style movie posters. And for a film like this to tailor to its crowd, everything you just said, this is a watchable movie. It's short. It's has practical effects. It's modern still. I would give this a watch. You said this is on Shudder.
Yeah, dude, at 100, you have to watch this. Like, it is really good, very entertaining. It's totally worth the watch. I thought about making my recommendation, and maybe I still will. Instead of
You
just
can do that.
reviewing it. I can.
You can do that.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Good.
So, what do you got, Ryan?
Peter, I've seen a lot of movies lately at Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah,
Um,
cool place. Shout out.
I'm pretty much caught up, except for Evil Dead.
Oh, well, we're gonna go watch
I'm
that.
gonna go see that tomorrow.
Yeah.
The one I had a hard time getting someone to watch with me was Renfield.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't think it was any fault besides just the timeliness of trying to get someone to go watch it with me. I almost went by myself, believe it or not. I loved it. I fucking love this movie. It's everything you want more and more of a Nicolas Cage movie. And gosh darn it, Nicolas Cage is the best fucking Dracula I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Nice.
He is so perfectly Dracula in every sense. Even when he's they said it in the trailer, when he's not at full power, like he just plays that really well, like a really bruised and beaten Dracula who's trying to gain full power. He's the point of the movie is that Renfield is in a very toxic situation, and when he keeps on going to the therapy, he doesn't really say it's for Dracula, and he has a whole nother underlying issue why he's there. But during therapy, he starts to realize that he's in a toxic relationship, and that's him and Dracula. But when you know the story behind Renfield and Dracula, Renfield has his powers because of Dracula and saving his wife and whatnot, and he just essentially becomes Dracula's servant. This takes place in modern times, so they're both hundreds of thousands years old, but it's modern times, so modern situations. So they're at a therapy group for people in narcissistic and toxic relationships, and Renfield starts to realize that's what he's in with Dracula. So what he's trying to accomplish is to get out of this relationship. And it reminded me of the first Nicholas Hoult movie I ever watched was the zombie movie. Yeah, Warm Bodies, where I was just like, he's really good at playing this like horror victim. Like in Warm Bodies, he was a zombie, but he was still kind of a victim in a way. And dude, he plays the role very well. I would give this movie to him as the main actor, but dude, Nick Cage just steals the show. He is so perfect at manipulating. He does his Nick Cage acting as much as possible. He's weird, he's creepy, he's eccentric, but he's still very like classy. And like I said, dude, he is the perfect Dracula. I don't see anybody else playing Dracula anymore. As long as Nicolas Cage is alive, you can have him be a serious Dracula, a goofy Dracula, a comedic, dark, whatever role you want to play Dracula, Nicolas Cage has to be him. If you even continue this dark universe, Nick Cage is Dracula. Like, I don't know why it took so long for them to find that role, especially since he was a fake vampire in Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was 30 years ago. And it took 30 years for them to actually make him Count Dracula.
Yeah. So you bring up just bringing him into the dark universe. I just got this visual, or the idea that him acting opposite of Tom Cruise as his mummy. Tom Cruise is the mummy, and Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Like, that'd be hilarious.
Could you imagine that star power and just how off-putting it would be? Just a fucking Tom Cruise mummy and Nick Cage being Nick Cage Dracula.
Yeah, I just feel like, to me, I just think like Nicolas Cage would, or not Nick. I think Tom would be a little bit more like, what the fuck, like, this is a serious movie, you're ruining it.
I am a thespian. That is Nick Cage for you. I don't want to give too much of the story away, but it does have a really good story. The character arc between Renfield and Dracula, Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage, and then Awkwafina. She has some acting chops, man. I'm very surprised by her. She plays a cop in here.
So you weren't taken aback, because I know when we found that out through one of the trailers, you were like, oh great, here we go. So like, it wasn't a deal breaker, huh?
No, it wasn't. Her story with her, she's a police officer, and what I've noticed that's consistent in movies is like there's a good cop, and then everybody else is bad cops. And
Yeah.
she's a good cop trying to like take down. Okay, I'm getting into the story. Take down this crime family, and dude, my favorite character besides Nick Cage is Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz is the son of the mob leader. She's the mother, and Ben Schwartz is the son, and he reminds me of Kick-Ass Christopher Waltz Mintz. He reminds me of his character.
Sorry.
But the funniest thing about Ben Schwartz as his character is if you close your eyes and listen to him talk, you're basically listening to a rated R Sonic the Hedgehog throwing F-bombs and shooting guns and stuff. It is the most hilarious thing ever. I was talking during the movie, and I was like, this is Sonic. Like, Sonic is a bad guy. And there's no way that Ben Schwartz can be taken seriously as, and maybe that's who his character is. Like, it's like the spoiled son who thinks that he's some badass. Meanwhile, he's just kind of a dork. And that's Ben Schwartz for you. But between those main characters, Ben Schwartz, Nick Hoult, and Awkwafina, and Nick Cage, dude, it's cast very well. And they all have really good dynamic with each other. Nick Hoult and Awkwafina play off each other very well. Ben Schwartz, when he interacts with Dracula, I mean, it's full power, I guess I want to say, and that's what you see out of this movie. And it's fun, it's gory.
It's rated R? It sounds like it's rated R.
It's super rated R, yeah.
Okay.
And the violence it's violent, but it's also very funny. And I mean, you see arms getting ripped off, heads getting ripped off, stuff like that. So it's
but
it's
the
no
tone
slouch.
the tone keeps it light, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
This or the what is it, the Pope's exorcism or something, or circumcision, I think. You want to watch Renfield over that.
Well, I mean, you're a week late, but okay. Or 2 weeks late.
I know that was we were talking about in the past couple of episodes, but this is the podcast of the universe, so this is the one.
That's true. Like, I'm still blown away by that. Like, I just think this movie maybe came out at the wrong time.
Halloween would have been perfect.
Yeah, I think that would have been a great time. Like it's
or
just,
Valentine's Day, dude.
Yeah, like something where no one, that's not competing with anything, and also I don't think I feel like they didn't market this movie very well and actually get the word out. Like,
horror movies work well during Halloween and February, or right around Valentine's Day. I don't know what it is about February, but I think Renfield would have did really well because it's kind of a love story. It's kind of not. It's about relationships. It's a horror movie. It's gory. It's enough for the boys and the girls. And
Yeah, and I felt like that second trailer you kind of got the feel that there's a little bit of a love story. That the first one, like you can't tell at all. Like you just like, oh, there's gonna be Renfield and there's gonna be Dracula. It's Nicolas Cage. Like that's all you needed. I think you're right. I think February would have been perfect, and they should have modified that trailer just a little bit to kind of like, hey, ladies, there's a love story involved, somewhat.
Absolutely.
So it's too bad. I think it's a missed opportunity because everything I hear about this, it sounds like this is like a fantastic movie, and it's just for whatever reason hasn't caught wind yet. But it sounds like it's probably going to turn into like a cult classic.
I think it's going to be a cult classic, and it's going to do really well in streaming.
Yeah, I hear ya.
I'm gonna get my friends' parents like, hey, I saw that movie Renfield. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, about time. So, did you want to do another one, Ryan?
Why not? We got time, right? I might make this quick. I did watch the movie Air with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Jason Schwartz. Yeah, Jason Schwartz. And who else is in this movie? Michael Jordan.
Jason
Bateman. Thank you.
You did that to me. You told me like, yeah.
Oh, how did I fuck that up? Oh, Chris Tucker and Viola Davis.
I didn't know Chris Tucker was in it.
Chris Tucker's great in this movie.
Nice.
Air. It's a story about how Nike got Michael Jordan to sign a contract with Air Jordan 1. This movie is, it's really good. You know who it's really good for? People who are in business and understand business deals and like the thrill of the deal. And that's what this is all about. It's about getting that client. And that client is Michael Jordan, and the backstory behind why Michael Jordan didn't like Nike. He almost went with Adidas, and how he was just, he didn't care. But the push that Phil Knight and Sonny, I forgot Sonny's last name, but they that the push that they went all in. They basically were like, yeah, we can sign a bunch of these NBA players, but Sonny was like, no, dude, we gotta get Michael Jordan, and how he went to go visit Jordan's parents and overlooked the agent and didn't even talk to Michael Jordan, but went through Viola Davis, Michael Jordan's mom, and made that push to get him signed. And the way they handled the deal, they made the shoe. And it was a pivotal point for Nike, because that's when Nike became the running shoe company and actually a basketball shoe company and started making billions and trillions of dollars. It's a period piece, dude. It's the 80s, and it's cool to see everything 80s. It's cool to see 80s shoes, 80s cars, 80s candy bars, 80s buildings, all of it. Like it is to the T, the 80s. And I think it's a must watch. I mean, I'm waiting for it. It's an Amazon movie, so it should be coming out to Prime sometime soon. So I caught it in theaters, but you should catch it on Prime.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. Is there a Michael Jordan in this film?
No.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because it didn't seem like that.
So apparently Michael Jordan has signed a deal where no actor can portray Michael Jordan.
Dude, this is like the same thing with like once someone dies, they're gonna be like, no, you cannot reproduce my image. Oh, that's crazy.
Michael Jordan went to Ben Affleck, and when they were working this deal out, and he said, hey, don't spend the money on me. Make my mom cast Viola Davis as my mom. I thought that was pretty cool. Because the way that they showed Michael Jordan, they showed archive footage of him playing basketball, but when he was on screen, it was just kind of like the backside, or it was, and it works for the type of character person that Michael Jordan is, because he is a legend. He's a legend in his own right, and you could really see how he put on that aura of him being a legend, and how he was going to do it for Nike, and the way they portrayed him without this faceless actor. They did a really good job at it.
So, and he probably doesn't like like the way you described it, I mean, it's really like, yes, it's a big deal with him, but how they went about it really wasn't with him.
It wasn't about him, dude. That was the craziest thing. It was about Nike's push to make it happen, to actually just get the deal done.
Yeah.
And you're right. It wasn't about Michael Jordan. It was about the deal, convincing the parents and having that meeting. And all was done without Michael Jordan being there.
I like that. I mean, something like that where you easily could have been like, okay, we're gonna find someone to play Michael Jordan. You know, you gotta do that just right. You know, like, and I think the fact that like, all right, no, let's do this other way. You know, partly it sounds like because of Michael Jordan. You know, it helps the movie, right? It sounds
Yeah,
like it.
and it doesn't. It's not like Michael Jordan was like talking bad about this movie being made. It was like, hey, spend the money elsewhere. Give actors that money. I don't need to be in it. I would say maybe I can't confirm this, and this is why I'm going to bring it up. Like when Matt Damon gets on the phone with Michael when everything's all done, I think it is Michael Jordan who talks with him, but it's a very like limited like, hey, this is Mike, blah blah blah, you know, and that's it, and then the movie ends. So it's
Mhm.
not really like this like speech between the two. It's just and that's how charismatic Michael Jordan is. He's really
Yeah.
not, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
he let his basketball speak for himself. When he would talk, Michael Jordan, he was kind of a dick, dude.
Yeah.
He was very confident, almost arrogant, and he was kind of a dick about it. But I mean, when you're the best of the best in all sports, you have every right to be.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I like it. I'm looking forward to it. Last segment. Let's wrap this show up.
Yes! Yes! Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
I'm excited.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours looks fun.
Have you heard of this? Florida Man?
Kinda. It's a Netflix series, right?
It is. I have not finished it yet. But I like it. It's like you know, so it follows this detective, like cop, has a gambling problem. So he's working for like a, you know, kind of like a mobster guy because he has to pay off his loans. And mobster guy's girlfriend goes to Florida to escape him, and so he is the cop is tasked to go find her, and a lot of weird shit kind of happens, and it's actually a weird kind of twisty mystery show, but also very quirky because the first episode, dude, the guy gets attacked by a shark and on his dick. So that kind of describes the tone of this and the kind of the weird stuff that happens throughout this series on Netflix. And from what I've seen, pretty good storytelling, well done. Acting's good, and it's entertaining. So I recommend it. Florida Man.
Now there's Florida Man, and then there's Beef, right? Beef just came out.
Yes, I turned on Beef and I instantly fell asleep. I probably should try again. It was late, but
All right.
Florida Man, I actually watched a few episodes, so that's my recommendation.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try Beef because I've heard a couple things about it. I don't know if it's good or bad, just a couple things. A couple of my series are wrapping up right now. Succession is in the middle of it. Ted Lasso's in it. They're getting really good in their final seasons. Mandalorian just finished up with their climactic ending, which we're getting another season probably. But I want to recommend 1989 Batman.
Yeah,
I said it early in the episode, and like you know what I did, dude? I turned it on because I was previously watching it, and I just watched it from that point. Not the beginning, nothing like that. Just to that point, and I got more of the story of Batman. From, like you said, when I was a kid, I just wanted to see Batman in the suit. I wanted to see the Ninja Turtles. I wanted to see the Power Rangers. I didn't care about their human interactions or the storylines and whatnot. Oh shit, that reminds me. Did you watch the Power Rangers Living Forever and Happily Ever After?
I did. I did. Which I guess maybe I should have made that my recommendation, but it brought me back, man. It brought me back. And the way they did it with, not having some of the original cast there was pretty clever.
I like how they made Rocky just this fat Red Ranger. However, when he gets in the Red Ranger suit, he's not fat.
Well, that's everyone. Everyone's all old and a little bit heavier set. And when they turn into Power Rangers, they get toned.
Hey, I'll say something, man. Like, okay, the way they pass the torch to Trini's daughter, I could see Netflix doing another Power Rangers series.
Or another like special episode like this. Like I liked it, man. It was like an hour long, and it's just a breeze to watch, and it just made you feel like you're watching the original series. It was fun.
If they were to continue that, would you want it to be as cheesy, as campy as this was, like paying homage to the 90s series? Or would you want Netflix to do like an Outer Banks, like teen drama version of Power Rangers?
No, keep it campy. I think that was part of it, where like that's what I enjoyed, because it was fun. Like, and especially because she was pretty bad. Yeah. So,
two things I didn't like about that. There was one scene, and it was just, I didn't like it because it was completely unnecessary to shoehorn that in there. When she was driving away in the little weird Volkswagen Porsche Bug with the whatnot, and she's saving that guy, and he's just like, "Oh my God, you have to save my boyfriend!" And then they show like the boyfriend with a putty, and I'm like, Netflix, did you really just have to just throw that into Power Rangers? Like, why couldn't it just be some random people? But you just had to show it that, oh, this is my boyfriend. Yeah, we get it. There's gay people, but dude, it's a Power Rangers. Like, you don't need to make everything about that. So
new age.
And then the other thing I didn't like is the fucking Zords. I want my people in suits. I want my Zords and my kaiju in cheesy Japanese rubbery suits.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was weird. Where like, why is it too hard to put them in suits?
I think it'd be so fun to have it like that, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. And they also put it on the moon. Oh, okay. This is the best part. So, you know how Billy comes up with this whole plan, and basically all like remade creatures from the original series, right? They're just all kind of put robotic now, right? They're robotic features onto them, and so now they're metal. So they go to their dump, right? And they use the magnet to have them suck up. And I forget, Trini's daughter is like, why didn't you like destroy them? Like, it's like, sometimes it's better to not destroy them. And what do they do at the very end? Like, I was like, dude, they could have been done with this whole episode. Like, they could have been done with the special, but nope, they got another half an hour out of it because they didn't kill them. They didn't destroy them until the end.
They're like, we want to play with our Zords, please. Shut up.
Yeah, but again, that just goes back to the campiness of it. Like, that's what made me smile the whole time. It's like, this is so ridiculous, but I'm loving it. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I forgot that I watched it, but that was fun.
It was fun.
So nice.
All right, Peter, I'm ready to go back and watch Batman. The draft is over, the Chiefs are on the board, and I don't care. So
there you go. Day 1 in the books. Episode 315 in the books. Thanks everyone for listening or watching us on YouTube. If you want to know when new episodes are coming out, gotta hit that subscribe or follow, whatever that button is that notifies you, and when it comes out, because I'm terrible at notifying people. And YouTube's always a day late, apparently.
YouTube is a day late.
So
$1 short.
like and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time.
Until then, Pew?
Pew pew
Pew, pew, pew.
pew
Out.
pew. Out. Good work on that.